In the name of Allah, the most gracious, the most merciful. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Today we have a new lesson for second secondary grade, first semester, English subject, Unit 4, Writing Form and Function, Mega Goal 3. We will learn today how to write a book review, use the indefinite article a and an, and definite article the, identify adjective clauses and relative pronouns. Warm up. What is he doing? Now this boy, what's he doing? Of course he's writing. So now we are going to study writing, but writing special kind of writing. Before we start writing, I want you to answer this question. What genre of TV films do you like to watch? Do you prefer, for example, action films, science fiction, fantasy, comedy or drama or tragedy? What do you prefer? Now, read the review of a TV film. So now, today we are going to study how to write a review of a film. We will read a review of a TV film below as an example, and we want you to find out the following. What is the name of TV film? So inside the TV review or the film review, you can find the name of the TV film. What is it? What genre does it belong to? Is it comedy, action, adventure, tragedy? What actors star in the TV film? What information can you find about the characters and settings and the plot? How does the TV film compare to the book? Does the writer of the review recommend this TV film? Why? Why not? Now we are going to read a writing review about a terrifying adventure on water, about Moby Dick or the White Whale.
A terrifying adventure on water. Moby Dick, 1956, directed by John Huston and starring Gregory Peck, Richard Basehart, and Leo Gen, is a TV fantasy film adapted from the best-selling novel by Herman Melville. The story takes place in 19th century England on a whaling ship. The captain of the ship is Captain Ahab. Ahab has a fantastic story to tell about a great white whale which mutilated his body and almost killed him on a previous voyage. Now the captain leads his men back into the sea to take revenge. However, Ahab becomes so obsessed with vengeance that he makes some very bad decisions. The TV film takes us on a grand adventure over the waves, as Captain Ahab and his crew seeks out the great sea mammal. As Ahab becomes more and more consumed by hatred, his doomed men are flung into dangerous situations. Does Captain Ahab eventually find the big whale? To find out, you will have to watch the film. If you choose to watch one film version of the novel Moby Dick, you should choose this 1956 version. The acting is good, it is well directed, and the use of color and imagery is superb. I think it is far superior to more recently released TV film versions. Everyone who read the book and those who enjoy adventure and tales of great battles between man and beast should see this TV film. I definitely recommend it as one of the best of our times. It is staggeringly good.
Okay. Now, what is the name of the TV film? Yes, it is Moby Dick. Excellent. Moby Dick. What genre does it belong to? Is it comedy? Of course not. Adventure. Perfect. It is adventure. Which actors star in the TV film? Gary G. Peck, Richard Pessard, and Liu Jen. What information can you find about the characters, the setting, and the plot? Okay, do you remember the characters? Yes, characters: Captain Ahab and the ship's crew, a whale. These are the characters. Setting means the place and the time. 19th century England, on whaling ship, a sea voyage. This is the setting. 19th century England, on whaling ship, a sea voyage. Plot: Captain Ahab sets out a sea voyage to find a great whale to take revenge. Plot, like the summary. Plot, which is the most important event in the story. How does this TV film compare to the book? Does the writer of the review recommended this TV film? Why? Why not? Okay, how does this TV film compare to the book? The answer is the 1956 version is better than other versions. It compares. The answer to the second question, or the sixth question: the writer recommends the TV film to people who enjoy adventure stories set at sea. When you write a book review, think about who will read it, audience, and why they will read it, purpose. So, audience, think about the audience and the purpose. Begin with title, genre, and author. Summarize the main characters and the plot. So, writing a book review, a review of a book, a review of a story, or a review of any book, after you think about the audience and the purpose, then you begin with title, genre, author, then summarize the main characters and the plot. Give 3 or 4 key events. You have to give key events. Events, what happened? Never give away the ending of the story. Don't tell them the ending. Keep it secret, to encourage people to read the book. Tell what was enjoyable or not enjoyable about the book. Adjectives that you can use: interesting, frightening, brilliant, amazing, boring, and so on. Finish by saying who you would recommend the book to and say why. Now, we will talk about articles. Warm up. Do you know these articles? A, and the. A for consonants and for vowels. The words that start with consonant, we put a before them, like cat and dog. We say a cat and a dog. We don't say an cat and an dog. And words starts with vowels, like a or o, we say an apple, an orange. By the way, do you remember the vowels? What are the vowels and consonants? Okay, the vowels are A, E, I, U, and O. These are the vowels. And all other letters are consonants, like B, C, D, F, G, H, etc. All of them are consonants, except these 5 letters. These 5 letters are vowels. Use the indefinite article a and an before singular nouns. We use a before words that begin with a consonant sound. A TV show, a chef, a festival. Like T is consonant. It's not among the letters which I draw before a moment. A, I, O, U, E. Also here, a chef, C is consonant. A festival, F is consonant. Use and before words that begin with vowel sounds. An English clothes, E. An aunt, an uncle. We use the definite article the before singular and plural nouns. So a and an before singular only. A and an before singular if it is one of its kind, or if it is one. If it is one singular, we use a or an, but with plural we use the. And also we can use the with singular, so the with both singular and plural. Examples: the student, the students, the mango, the mangoes. Use the for objects that are one of a kind, like the earth, the sun, the moon, the stars, the sea, the sky. They are one of a kind. We have only one earth, no more than earth. We have one sun, moon, sky, sea, and we have stars, and they are known, so we used that. Use the with names of oceans, seas, rivers, mountain, ranges, deserts, groups of states, like the Red Sea, the Amazon, the Eiffel Tower, the Arabian Desert, the Alps, the United States. Use no article before the names of days, months, people, streets, sites, cities, countries, continents, mountains, and islands. These are some examples. Fahad is my brother. We don't say a Fahad or the Fahad is my brother, because it is the name of a person. So people don't give, we don't put articles before names of people. I live on Main Street. He is in Dubai. We don't say in a Dubai or the Dubai and Dubai. She went to Europe. We don't say an Europe. Mount Olympus is in Greece. So we don't say an Greece or a Greece or the Greece. Also Mount Olympus. We don't say the Mount or a Mount Olympus. The festival starts in May. Now choose a, an, or the for each blank below. Mother is what? Here, fill this blank. Is a doctor, and doctor, the doctor, and my father is author, an author, a author, the author. So what's the answer? My mother is a doctor. My father is an author. Sydney recommended what here? What did Sydney recommend? A good dentist, or the good dentist, or an good dentist? But dentist here. So dentist here is repeated. So the first time we mention something, we use either a or an, and the second time we use the. So the answer here, Sydney recommended a good dentist, but the dentist doesn't have any openings for 2 months. Number 3, Method is volcano in Oregon. Is a or an or the? A volcano. It's a very or an very or the very beautiful mountain. A very beautiful mountain. Sam recommended book here to Lisa. Sam recommended a book. She doesn't like book at all. So book here mentioned twice. This is the second time. So we say what? The book. Do you have vacuum? A vacuum, and vacuum, the vacuum. A vacuum. I dropped piece of cake. What can we write here? A piece of cake, and I need to clean it up. Number 6. Honey, where's vacuum? I can't find it. Where's what? The vacuum, because they already know the vacuum, their house. I can't find it. It was in the closet, but now it isn't there. An adjective clause. Here we are going to study adjective clauses and relative pronouns. An adjective clause is a dependent clause. Dependent means can't stand alone. That describes or gives information about the noun that comes before it. So this is the example. The language is the noun. Language is the noun that came before the adjective clause. This is the adjective clause, the green one. So adjective clause is a dependent clause that describes or gives information about the noun that comes before it. This gives us the language that he or she speaks at home is Arabic. Relative pronoun. This is relative pronoun. That, who, and which. Relative pronoun relates or relate clauses to nouns. This clause this is the clause to the nouns, which is the language. This is the noun. Relates clauses to nouns in adjective clause. Use the relative pronoun who for people, which and that for things. Also, we can use that for people. I am someone who loves. So, someone is a person. We use who loves watching quiz shows on TV. Note, the relative pronoun that can also be used when talking about people in general. However, when a particular person is being referred to, who is preferred. So, here, who is used with human, which with non-human, that with non-human too. Sometimes we use that with human when we are talking about human in general, but when we want to talk about specific one, we prefer to use who. It's better to use who with a specific one. So now we have relative pronouns. We have some relative pronouns that give relative information and defining people like who or that, things which and that, places where, times when, positions whose. Also, we have relative pronouns that give extra information, non-definite, the same, who, which, when, where, and whose. These are some examples about relative pronouns or adjective clauses and relative pronouns. Ali is the one who rescued the bird. Ali is the one who rescued the bird. The Man That Got Away is a great song with the grammatical title. John is on the team that won first place. She belongs to a great organization which specifies in saving endangered species. Look, Ali, a person, so we used who. The man, we talked about people in general, we used that. John is on the team. The team is not one specific one. Group of people, group of men, or team. That we used that because we are not talking about specific one. Organization is not a person, so we used which. Books, you can use that or which. The man, he is the man. So now we are talking about specific one, we used who. They are the type of people. They are the type of people. We have two sentences with the same meaning. Would lie to their mothers. We can use who or that. Now, you witnessed a bank robbery. Imagine that you witnessed a bank robbery and now a police officer wants you to tell him what was going on. Decide whether to use which or who. This is the bank was robbed. Who or which? The bank, which was robbed. The man, who, excellent. He wore a mask, which, perfect. He came with a friend, waited outside in the car. A friend, who? The woman, who, excellent. The bag, which, perfect. The people can say who or that. Amazing answers. I believe that you have answered all of them correctly. 8. The car he escaped in was escaped in was orange. The car, which? The man who drove the car. He doesn't wait at the traffic lights were red. Which were red. Now this is the end of our today's lesson. Today we studied how, or we wrote a book review. We said begin with the title, genre and author, summarize the main characters and the plot, never give away the ending of the story. We used, or we learned how to use the indefinite article a and an, and the definite article the. We said use the indefinite article a and an before singular nouns. We use the definite article the before singular and plural nouns. We identified adjective clauses and relative pronouns. We said that dependent clause that describes or gives information about the noun that comes before it. Then we practiced direct and indirect objects. We said an adjective clause is a dependent clause that describes or gives information about noun that comes before it. These are the references. Thank you for your listening. Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.